You have just tuned in to Coco Said It with the Coco Goddess. Strap on your seatbelt. Everybody gather around, gather around, gather around. Grab your seat. Yes, we need to speak. You are now tuned in to Coco Said It. I am the Coco Goddess. Now that is Godis. Don't stress. It's me. We are here to dive into a topic today, and we're going to jump right on into it. And as you can tell by the title, it's the current it's the current topic that is kind of controversial. Now, this is the thing. So this is going to be unpopular to most of you guys, and that's okay. And I'm sure I'm going to get all kind of messages and people battling back and forth, and I'm good with that. Whatever you feel, you say whatever you feel, because I'm saying right now what I feel. So the Tasha K and Cardi B situation. Now, let me be very, very clear up front. I am neither a wino, although I'm drinking me some wine in this moment, nor am I a Cardi B fan per se. Now, I'm going to start with Cardi B. I'm going to start with Cardi B. So, I actually like Cardi B as a person, meaning who she is per se. Meaning when she hit the scene with, the Love and Hip Hop brand, when she came out, she was who she was. She has not changed her energy whatsoever. She has been consistent with who she is, and I could respect it. I like that about her. I like knowing who I'm dealing with, who's gonna show up. All the flip-flopping of personalities on all these shows, I'm not really into all that. So Cardi B being the type of person that is just organic about who she is, I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not a fan of her music. And I'm not a fan of her music simply because what she's presenting has been done. It's been overworked. And I'm just tired of how we allow ourselves to keep getting presented in a way where we're oversexed. Like we're the country music, the rock and roll, even the rock and roll isn't as sexualized as hip hop and our R&B. I mean, it's downright ridiculous in the fact that we keep folding every time. Well, see, again, that's who she was. But again, we keep folding into this stereotype they keep presenting or requesting of us. And I think that that's some bull crap, straight up, because we're not just sexual objects. And when we're constantly presenting ourselves as that, then we have a whole generation of men that then treat women like that, right? And that's unacceptable. So at some point in time, you have to think to yourself, you know what, am I good with how I'm presenting myself to the world? Am I really good with that? Right? But so with that being said, that's why I'm not really a fan of her music. Now, her as a human being, her as in being entertaining and things of that nature, I'm good with her on that level. Now, when it comes to Tasha K, essentially the same thing, just in a different realm, right? So she's very aggressive. I don't have any problems with aggressive women. Like, people consider me aggressive. I consider myself assertive. Whatever. But, Tasha K and her aggressive or assertiveness doesn't necessarily bother me per se. Now, I do believe at times she's cussing and disrespectful in areas that that you don't have to go that far. But, hey, whatever. That's who she is. And again, she's been consistent with who she is. Now, as we talk about this subject, right? I kind of want to say that we are really leaning on Tasha K way too much, right? Because when you are a celebrity, when you are going into the realm of being a celebrity on any level, right? You have to be prepared for all of the criticism that comes towards you. Now, again, she's lying, cool. If she lying, she lying. That's not respectable. I can say I don't respect that. Absolutely. You don't have to lie on that woman. Now, although there are things in that case that did not get admitted into, that if they had, Cardi B's whole image would have been totally different. Because now, remember, these people that are on the jury, right, were people, believe they said they were older white women. They really just didn't even have an idea of that. So we're talking, I want to shift it to energy, right? So when we're speaking about energy, you're going to get back what you receive. Now, Cardi B has been known to be extremely petty. Yes or no? She's been known to be, the type to be heavily disrespectful. Yes or no? So now that same energy has came back on her, and now all of a sudden she's a victim. Now, don't get me wrong. If you drop some weights on your own foot, that doesn't stop it from hurting because you're the one that dropped the weights. It still hurts. If you create an environment, if you create a persona of yourself that can then be thrusted out into the world and spun in ways that look real bad on you, I mean, you set yourself up. I mean, is no one going to think about the whole setup of her own behavior? Of saying that she would drug and have a transgender male rape a guy if he crossed her or something like that? Like, I mean, am I tripping? Because I do believe I heard these statements, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay, make it clear on what exactly she said, and you felt like she meant something else. Because I don't know what else you could mean when you said those words. Like, give me something else, but whatever. And then Tasha K, listen, I get it, right? Again, if she's out here lying, which she said on the stand, that she knew was not the truth. Now, hold on. This is the thing. What part wasn't true? The STD portion or everything else? So I just want to, I'm posing this to y'all for real. This is not me trying to lean one way or the other. I'm really asking a genuine question. If I'm taking a test and there's 30 questions on the test, and I have 30 questions on this test, and I got 29 correct and one is wrong. Now, or I made it up. Let's just say I made it up, right? So the one that I made up, does that make everything else invalid when you can go look into it? I mean, does it really make everything else invalid? Because again, we have to take into consideration who we're talking about here. I don't believe that anybody should be slandered, but at the same time, I just personally probably wouldn't have given her a drop of attention. I'd have just ignored her and let her sit over there trying to get views off my name, and let it keep on pushing. Let me do my own thing, and like, girl, whatever. Me and my husband over here we done made a baby. We living a life. And if that's causing me roles, if that's gonna cost me a role, like somebody wanted to give me a role and they said, well, we're kind of scared because of it, then I can do a test for them, not for Tasha K. Not. Absolutely not, ma'am. I'm not gonna go do a test for you. But if someone's wanting to offer me a role and they're dictating and telling me, because if you're gonna come to the court and say that you missed out on getting roles because of this, now then you could have told those people that you would do a test. You don't give Tasha K, you don't jump out there and have to do tests to satisfy bloggers. Honey, these people out here wild. But I promise you, this is not going to stop Tasha K. It's not. Just for example, the National Enquirer. Have we forgotten? Have we forgotten about the National Enquirer? Like, that was around when I was a kid. I know, matter of fact, if I'm correct, Carol Burnett sued them in like 1980 something and won like 1.6 million. Now, this is the National Enquirer that reached how many people? Now you can say, yeah, it was in the 80s, okay, but they reached how many people? They reached how many people? And then they sell all these magazines. Let's say they sell 2 million a year. And then sitting in the doctor's office, sitting at the dentist's office, it's sitting at every office that you go into, the National Enquirer. So not only are those particular editions sold, but they're reaching tons of people that are coming in and out these offices. They're sitting on your coffee table. I remember going to friends' houses, they had the Enquirer sitting around. I remember it. And that was a $1.6 million judgment at that point in time. Now, I know Tasha is popular, but she ain't National Enquirer popular. So, I mean, the difference in the money, I'm just trying to figure it out. Especially coming from someone who literally, and don't get me wrong, if you want to strip and you say you change your life, you change your world, but you still kind of seeming stripperish right now, whopping and whatnot. I mean, it gets a little spicy. Calm down, because it just ain't making sense. Inhale, exhale, because it's not making sense. But we jumping all over Tasha. I'm trying to figure out, is anybody even just taking the time to just step back and wait to see how all this unfolds? Because I believe there's just a lot more going on here. And if I'm wrong, I don't know, but isn't Cardi in some other cases? Like, didn't she have some other court stuff going on that's against her? Like, I don't know. So at the end of the day, we have two energies that came together, right? Because one energy is giving off this over-sexualized, doing too much type of energy. And then this one is just going to feed right on into that. She, again, if she lied, she lied. I just, again, I was about to say, I want to see her physically walk into a place and take a test, but I really don't care like that. I don't care what she doing with her vagina. But I guess everybody else do. Girls, you sitting over there with your vagina with Offset, Upset, or whoever. Y'all good, then hey, I don't care. But, I guess the world cares about you and your vagina. So, here we are. But at the end of the day, Tasha is not the only person out here doing this. And not only that, let's just not give energy to these things. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. It's going to start here. Then they're going to start jumping into freedom of speech. Because right now it's towing the line, right? Freedom of speech and defamation of character, right? But I'm telling you, there is a line that law, that freedom that is going to be crossed. It's getting ready to be crossed. And all the people cheering, woo, ow, doing all this for Cardi. In a second, our ability to really speak is going to be a problem. It's going to be a real problem. And then where you going to get your junky trash talk fix from? Where are you going to get your fix from? When all of a sudden your favorite bloggers that's reporting on these people and they got 29 items right and one wrong, they ain't gonna be able to say nothing because y'all are over here cheering and championing. You know what I'm saying? For something like this. Now, should she get paid? Sure. Four? I don't know about that, but hey, y'all drop your opinions. I want to know what you think. Like for real, again, I'm not a wino and I'm not necessarily a Cardi B fan of her music. I like both women as women, but not necessarily just a fan. Like, I'm keeping up with their every move type of person. I just don't keep up with anybody's every move. I just kind of, I live, I observe, and I come and speak to y'all. I just love, communicating and vibing with my people. So, y'all, I'm going to sign out with this. Again, we're going to start off in this moment, and then everything is going to shift. And our ability and our freedom of speech is going to be tested. You give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. Take it. So I'm going to say tread lightly. Don't give the inches that aren't deserved. Coco said it. See y'all next time. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Bam. Holla at your girl. Love you a long time.